Welcome back to Weekend Edition and our news segment, Rehash. As you can see, we've got the news team in studio along with news director Sabrina Salas-Mezzanani.
Thanks, Crystal. News Rehash is a news segment where the news team recaps some of the big stories of the past week and hear what some of you had to say about it on social media. And we'll also share with you some of the stories we're working on in the week ahead. We started off with the week with this story about the Dededo Vice Mayor, Andrew Beneventi, who was arrested for an incident that occurred at his father's house. He's accused of pointing a rifle at two people who were driving by. He allegedly told them to slow down or he will shoot them. Immediately after we posted that story, we got instant reaction on social media. A lot of people coming to the mayor's defense. Let's take a look at what people were saying. Julie Gokwe, who says he is the best vice mayor, period. You don't ever see this man in the office. You'll see him out on the road if there is a problem. Instead of working indoor, he's a mayor that goes out to his community and helps others that need help. You will never catch him at the office. Augie Verata, she wrote, I've seen the vice mayor and his crew clean up, cut trees, and throw away people's trash that they've been doing illegal dumping in the Black Road, she says, near Latimard. Hands down, best vice mayor I've seen actually working and not standing around. Moving on, Issa, you are our newest member of the news team, and you actually had a busy week starting off with a story on Untalon Middle School where a student brought a knife to school, and then you did a story later this week on the taxi cab incident. Let's just start off with what people were saying about UMS.
Definitely a busy week, and people seem to be really upset about both those stories. With regard to the drunk men who got on a bus, as we reported, the bus driver who normally drives that route was out sick that day. So the new bus driver wasn't familiar with the students who usually take that route. Then he's in high school, doesn't have school uniforms, so that might have also contributed to this happening.
And so people were actually commenting about that story. What were some of the comments we've got?
Yoli Tenorio Palarca said, time to implement school IDs used as bus passes. ID cards would indicate the bus number. Why weren't they charged with trespassing? Speed of Sound said, no matter how it happened, the time of day, nor any other possible valid or invalid excuses, it is still very scary for the safety of all children on Guam. Thankfully, it seems as though the suspects were just joyriding, maybe to relieve childhood memories. But had they been malicious, this could have turned out very bad for any children around them. I thank God the latter was not the case. More needs to be done to help keep all of our children safe. How about issuing bus passes mandatory for boarding or hiring bus monitors to screen boarders?
Well, let's talk about the taxi cab story and some of the feedback we received.
Let me say first that this story gave me the opportunity to put myself in her shoes. By taking the same route the elderly woman took, I was shocked to only be charged $30 when she was charged $80. But I wasn't the only one. Trisha Kanasa said, honestly, this person, the taxi driver, is so sad. Why on earth would you charge an elderly lady for a ride to her home? I understand that everyone needs to make money, families are struggling to make ends meet, but shouldn't you have exceptions? I wonder how you'll feel if the tables were turned and it was your elderly mom or dad, family member that needed a ride home and charged $100. What would you do then? Melanie Alvarez said, surprise, surprise. The taxi rates here are astronomical and the companies here don't care because locals generally don't take them and there's no complaints. Best thing to do is out that taxi company. Sometimes bad press works wonders.
Thanks. The other big story, of course, was the controversy that you've been covering regarding the GPD SWAT training.
Okay, so this was week 1 of the GPD SWAT trainings, and already 3 people have been sent to the hospital. 2 were Guam police officers, and 1 was a probation officer. And the back-to-back incidents has the community questioning these trainings, how intense they are, but also has the community gathering together, in support and prayers for the community, or for these men. Catherine Cruz says, praying for both the men and their families and for a speedy recovery. Dean Carbolito Delgado says, this training is not cut out for the ordinary candidate. The training demands a lot and it's designed to select the few who can make it. If it's not, then everybody will be SWAT certified. Godspeed to the personal recovery. GD West says SWAT leadership needs to do a better job with ensuring the trainees are getting hydrated. Piss poor planning equals piss poor results.
Well, Thanks a lot. Pretty critical there. Thanks, Crystal. Of course, all of us here at Team KUAM send out our prayers to all of the trainees. Looking ahead, this week we've got the Governor's State of the Island address. KUAM will be carrying that live, the address on KUAM TV 11. We'll also be streaming it on Isla 63 and streaming it on KUAM.com. Ken, you had the opportunity to speak with the governor about what he'll be talking about. Give us a preview.
Yes, I spoke with the governor earlier this week, and actually this will be the governor's first address since being re-elected a second term to Adelup. Last year's address focused on investing in our future, and this year's address will focus on building on the momentum of the island's economic growth and stabilizing government services. And this State of the Island address will also take place in the legislature. As you recall, last year's was at Plaza de España, and I think this might be the last State of the Island address at that legislature building. And every year, as we've seen the governor unveil new initiatives, and we'll have to wait and see what will unfold this year on Monday.
Right, and we're going to carry that again live 6:30 p.m. Jolene, you have a special story for us this week as well?
Yes. As you may or may not know, Benito Manglona, the former director of the Department of Administration, is now the Chief Financial Officer of Guam Memorial Hospital. And additionally, Guam Memorial Hospital has been trying to get their hands on her since even before the former CFO, Alan Ulrich, had resigned. And so now she's been there for about a week, and she's already tackling the deficiencies in their flatlining finances. But you're going to have to tune in next week to find out her plan of action and what she's going to be implementing at GMH.
Okay, well, one of my favorite shows in the mix. Everybody's favorite show here. You get all the fun stories. So, Joan, what do you have for us?
Well, I'll be sitting down with Alana Riley. She runs Little Doggin, and she hand makes Little Doggin. She hand makes and handcrafts and even hand dyes everything from baby blankets, onesies, pillows, all personalized, and she accepts custom orders. When you see this, they're so adorable. It's almost gonna make you want to go out and have kids of your own, if you don't have any.
Well, thanks, Joan. Thanks, everybody. That is KUAM News Rehash. We always want to hear from you, so please make sure to post your comments on KUAM.com, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. You can also email your tips, your story ideas to reporters@KUAM.com. And one more important reminder that KUAM, again, will be broadcasting the Governor's State of the Island address. That is Monday, 6:30 p.m. on KUAM TV 11. We will also simulcast it on our sister station, Isla 63 AM, and stream it live on KUAM.com.
Thanks, Bree. That was a mouthful.
I know.
Stay tuned. Weekend Edition continues after the break.